Hi everyone and welcome to Webinar 1 Getting Online. This is the first very exciting webinar for the Level Up program. That's a program brought to you by Sunshine Coast Council aimed at digitally upskilling you. In short, we're hoping to help you, the small businesses on the Sunshine Coast, connect to faster NBN or faster, the NBN or faster internet were available, and to help you become more productive and profitable, because that can help you compete nationally and internationally if that's what you want to do. My name's Yvette Adams and I'll be your facilitator tonight. You can read about me on the screen, and there's also a bio on the Level Up website if you'd like to know more. The whole concept of this program is that being in business is a bit like a game. It doesn't really matter where you start, and even if you're not very skilled, we want you to play this business game, and the more levels you go through, the better you will get. In the digital era, the game has changed. We think you have to have digital skills if you want to survive. So what are you waiting for? Let's play. These are the different levels we're going to take you through in the program. These are all listed on the Level Up website at levelup.sunshinecoast.qld.gov.au. And right now we're starting at level 1, where we're going to find out more about getting online with faster internet. I'm really excited to introduce you to Ryan Williams, who's the Senior Community Affairs Manager for the NBN, and he looks after 3 different states. Welcome onto the webinar, Ryan.
Thanks, Yvette.
Good to have you. So you're going to tell us all about the NBN and why we're getting this in Australia and where we're at in the world. Over to you.
Thanks, Yvette. Hi, everyone. Thanks for your time. So really what I want to go through tonight is just to put you in the picture of why the NBN is important, but particularly why it's important for small business and how you can make sure that you know everything that you need to know before you actually make the switch. There's a huge amount of rollout happening on the coast at the moment, and it's really important, particularly for businesses, to be very prepared for that rollout. So we'll take you through that tonight. But just a little bit of a context for you in advance in terms of why the NBN is so important as a project. You can see there $2.2 trillion every year worldwide on annual online sales. Part of NBN is rolling out the infrastructure that will allow you guys to take even just a small piece of that large pie. We know that the number of connected devices is growing more and more every year. Wearables, devices, tablets, everything contributes to the amount of data that we use. So we need quality infrastructure in place so that it can deal with the increasing data usage that Australia and the world has over the next few years. We also know that over a third now of customers prefer to actually conduct transactions online. So if you're not online, to about a third of the population, you're invisible. So it's really important that we have infrastructure that allows not only you as a business, but your customers to interact with you in the way that they choose. And you can see that just about everybody uses the internet at least once a year to research products and services. So there's potential lost earnings for you if you're not using some of these digital tools to get online. Deloitte conducted a survey last year to look at the digital maturity of a number of Australian small businesses. And you can see what they've done is basically rank them into a number of categories, everything from basic, intermediate, high, and advanced. And you can see that there on the screen the different categories that they place them into and the reasons why they categorise them as such. What's really interesting about this, and if you conduct the digital scorecard that the Queensland government's put out, that will give you a sense of where you are on that maturity scale. That'll be talked about at a later date. But what's really interesting about that is we know that those that have a more advanced level of maturity see more benefits, including 1.5 times more revenue growth. They're 8 times more likely to create jobs. And there's a whole vast array of benefits to actually getting online. And that's why the program, Level Up program, is so important, because it will help you to give you the tools and the skills to actually move through that maturity process to be as profitable as you possibly can, as efficient as you can in your small business. So NBN is a really key piece of infrastructure behind that. So the government has asked us to provide every single premises, wherever it is in the country, with access to fast, reliable broadband by 2020. So the government's asked us to provide wholesale speeds of 25 megabits per second download and 5 megabits per second upload as a minimum to every single person and home across the country. So we're providing the digital infrastructure that will allow those increasing number of devices, the increasing amount of data that we're using to actually make us a more digitally economic country. So we're actually quite a fair way through the rollout. More than 30% is already complete. We're approaching 5 million premises that can now get an NBN connection. By the middle of this year, 1 in 2 will be able to connect, and by the middle of next year, 3 in 4 people will actually be able to get a connection. And there's a huge amount of work already happening on the Sunshine Coast. So if it's not already in your area, it will be very shortly. So that preparation, even if it's not with you yet, is really important, especially for small businesses. There's a number of technologies that we're rolling out on the coast. The government has basically asked us to roll out the technology which is the most cost effective and time efficient. The majority of the Sunshine Coast build is fibre to the node, which is basically, you might have seen some of the green cabinets popping up around your street or your suburb. Basically a way of increasing the speed and capacity to every single home. As you move outside of the built-up areas, there's other technologies such as fixed wireless and Sky Muster, our satellite service as well. You can jump online at any time at nbn.com.au and actually enter in your address. And you can see a map there on the screen of the current rollout, which comes from our rollout map on our website. The purple is live, the brown is under construction, and that purple will only increase. So you can actually go on that website, type in your address, and it will tell you approximately when you can get an NBN service and the type of technology and what that will actually mean for you. So I'd encourage every person and business to jump on there as soon as possible so that they can get the full picture of what's happening for their particular address. So there's some really important steps and it can be a little bit more complicated or complex. Lots more things to think about for a business to switch their services to the NBN than just a residential customer. So the first thing to do is to check your address. If you can't get a service yet, you can actually register on the website for an update and we'll actually let you know when you can get a service. The equipment capability and compatibility is really important. So anything that currently works on the copper services will need to be migrated to the NBN. So whether that's fax, security alarms, fire panels, lift panels, FPOS machines, ATMs, whatever it might be, needs to have a solution to be migrated to. So it's a good opportunity to do a health audit on all of your services and make sure that you know what needs to be migrated, how it needs to be migrated, and to also look at the future picture. So is there any of that technology that is now obsolete that you can consolidate to enable your business to profit into the future as the NBN rolls out? Now, that's a really important part because 18 months after an area goes live, the legacy copper network will actually be disconnected. So it's really important that you understand what those services are and to get them migrated before that 18-month window is closed, because that may potentially result in you losing your phone number, losing your email addresses, any of those kinds of things which are critical to your business. So really important to have a chat to your service provider as well to understand the situation for your particular business. We hear from a lot of small businesses that they just don't know where to start, particularly when it comes to switching to the NBN. They don't have an IT consultant, they're not tech savvy. Where do I start? So on our website there, you can see nbn.com.au/business. There's actually a really good business readiness checklist to enable you to basically tick and flick and choose the services that you have to be at least get you started on that journey of understanding what you need to do to make the switch. So there's a range of services that you can tick and flick depending on what it is that you have in your business. So whether that's just pure internet, whether it's cloud services, whether you do have an ATM on site, you can tick those, and what you're left with then is basically a checklist that you can go through. You can provide to your IT consultant or to your service provider to say, here's all the things that I know that I need to have sorted and migrated across to the NBN, and you can start your way through that process. So again, I'd encourage everybody to jump on the website, complete the business readiness checklist well in advance of the NBN going live, because some of those processes will take some time, and we'd like to make sure that everyone's got those in place before the disconnection period closes. Now, unlike the current ADSL services where you get what you get, with the NBN there is a range of options of speed tiers that you have. So you can see there the NBN 25, 50 and 100, they relate to download speeds. So what you have an opportunity to do is also to assess not just what your business uses now, but what it might use in the future. So if you intend as a business to use lots of very video rich content, or you send large files, or you have lots of people doing real-time face-to-face teleconferences, then you might need to consider a higher speed tier, which provides you with higher capacity and higher capability of actually conducting those in a reliable way. So again, consider your current use of internet, look at what the future of that will be, and speak to your service provider about the most appropriate plan for you and your business. A couple of quick case studies. So this is a guy called Noel who runs a fish farm outside of Wagga. You can see there basically as a result of reliable broadband through the NBN, something really simple like being able to download his emails in when they're actually sent instead of 2 or 3 days later. Regular contact with his export partners overseas has allowed him to double his exports and increase his annual exports. So his business is now more profitable just through having good, reliable telecommunications. And there's probably lots of similar examples on the coast where you're currently suffering from poor telecommunications. So we're expecting that the NBN will have a significant impact on your ability to do business. And another really simple case here where a cafe has basically put all of the applications and all of their business processes into the cloud. So the manager of this particular cafe is able to do everything that they need to do online, and doesn't actually have to be inside the business. So that could be keeping an eye on milk supplies or checking the latest delivery schedule, but they can do everything that they need to do through some simple, cost-effective hardware and software services. And I know that part of this program is to talk more about some of those programs. That's really all I wanted to say. Happy to be part of the Facebook discussion. So if you do have questions, jump on that Facebook page and we can get the answers to you.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Ryan. Really informative. A couple more things just on this topic. If you aren't sure what speed you have currently, and I guess when Ryan talks about those faster speeds, how much faster that actually is, go to speedtest.net. Don't do this off your phone because it'll give you the speed for your phone, but rather on a desktop at your place of work or your home, and you will get a score of downloads and uploads. And if even that doesn't make sense, downloads are basically the speed at which you can download files from the internet, say save an image off Facebook or pull a PDF off an email, and uploads are the speed at which you can upload a file, such as attach a file to an email you want to send or upload a video to Dropbox. So pretty handy to know what your current download and upload is, and also to check once you've got the NBN how much that hopefully improves life. There are a range of solutions and providers, as Ryan alluded to, here on the Sunshine Coast. So it can be a little overwhelming where to go. Personally, I chose to stay with my current provider when I got the NBN on at home just this week because I didn't want any muck around. I just wanted faster internet in the quickest and easiest way. They proposed that I go on a plan that was pretty basic, and I just said, give me your fastest plan, and I don't mind if it's $20 more a month because I know what difference that can make to my family and my business. But this website, or multiple websites here, show you different NBN providers, and I really encourage you to go on the Facebook group too and talk about experiences you've had with local providers, probably good and bad, so that you all know which are the best ones to go with. I'll highlight too a resource created by RDA, or Regional Development Australia's Sunshine Coast, called Speed It Up, and they have on their website digitalsunshinecoast.com.au a list of NBN retail service providers, and a lot of those resources I've put in the online resource portal for this program, so go check them out. As Ryan said, he'll take questions in the Facebook group, which is really generous of him, so please feel free to ask them. And you never know, even if Ryan doesn't answer straight away because he's a pretty busy guy, might be someone else who knows the answer to your question, which is the benefit of a collective group as well. These are some of the resources available on the program. And Ryan's really kindly provided bunches from NBN as well that'll save you a little digging around. But as he said, there's lots on the NBN website itself. So your main homework this week is to find out if the NBN or other fast internet solutions are available in your area. And this is pretty important because, as Ryan said, if you don't switch, eventually it just will be cut off. So you might as well do it sooner rather than later. Not only that, but a lot of the technologies we'll be sharing in this program, you really won't be able to use at the level that you could if you had faster internet. You won't be able to enjoy them. So decide on a provider, get it implemented, confirm once done, tell the world on our Facebook group, and we'll all applaud you and know that you've done your homework. Now, just a few quick things on this Level Up program. A lot of this information can be accessed on our free info session webinar, which is available on the events page of the Level Up website. So if you'd like to go into it in more detail, I urge you to check out that recording at levelup.sunshinecoast.qld.gov.au/events. But we've just covered off level 1. We'd love you to join us for future lessons, level 2, level 3, lots of great stuff to go through. And the format is always to have a topic expert that you can ask questions, and pretty much we'll run through content for about 45 minutes and open up to questions. And any that can't be covered in that time, we'll answer in the Facebook group as well. There's lots of engagement options. Some of you might have just got on this webinar to check out what this is all about and decide whether you want to do the program or not. We don't mind if you do that, but you won't get access to the recordings necessarily. You can just come to workshops if you have listened to this and gone, I really want someone to show me how. We've got lots of workshops coming up and they're only $75 a piece because subsidised by council. Or you can just keep signing up for webinars as you want to. Our ideal, though, is that you will pay just $295, also subsidised by council, and up to 3 more people from your company can then come along to any of the workshops or webinars. All we ask is that you do register so we know how many numbers we're dealing with for the program. If you do join, and some of you who have, make sure you use all the benefits. Jump on these webinars, watch the recordings. We'll make them available within a week of the webinar having taken place. There are 12 lessons. We will make the slides available. There are workbooks. You can download and read these and execute at your leisure. There's regular emails to prompt you to jump in and learn, a private Facebook group, and the mentors are hugely valuable. Already some of you have been requesting mentors, and I'd urge more of you to do so. So the function of them is really for you to take on board the knowledge through webinars and workshops, and when you're getting a little bit stuck or you just want a bit of guidance, book in a session, be it online or in person with the mentor who looks like they can help the most. Check their bios out. Do this inside the online resource portal. They'll get notified, they'll reach out, and you can book a time with them. You don't pay anything. We give them a nominal fee, not as much as they'd normally get, but something to thank them for their time and remunerate them. There's some awesome mentors. They're all, or bar a few, digital champions as nominated by Queensland Government. That's a bit of a lineup just to give you an idea, but they're all listed on the website as well. So you request one, they get a notification, they accept it, you block in a first time, you hold the session, and then after that it's up to you two to negotiate if you want any future sessions, and they'll let us know how you're going. The support group, Facebook group, you can go onto online resource portal and click on a button and access that. We've also sent emails out to all program participants of how to get access. If you have a different surname or name you use on Facebook to what you've registered for the program, do let us know, because we won't let you in if we're not matching records there. There's lots of upcoming webinars on cool topics. Like I said, even if you can't make a certain date, do get the recording. So jump on and register for those. And here's all our workshops. We've just held one today, actually. There's one on workshop 2, 20th of June, workshop 3, 13 July. And there is a date for the August one on our website. For all of them, go to the website and register. So yeah, pretty much everything you need to know is on the website. The events, the ability to register for the program. We hope some of you will. That is how you'll get the most value, and we can surround you with the most support to get the best outcomes for your business. And before we sign off, I'd like to thank all our program partners. There's many people who've come on board, especially including the NBN. So thank you to Ryan for doing this piece tonight.
Pleasure. Thanks.
And being a part of our workshop and being an excellent supporter. Please support all of those who are supporting us in your business affairs. And that is our webinar tonight. We hope you enjoy the program, and of course, reach out to us if you have any questions. Good night.